in, everybody. Can you hear me? The Bug, Shelly, welcome in. Awesome. They're my snow pants. It's minus 11 outside. So I gotta dress up warm when I leave. There's new love coming for you. I have a feeling it's not going to be there's new love coming in, but I have a feeling it's not going to be what you're thinking. It's not going to be hype that you're used to. Yeah, you're definitely not. This is somebody from the past. They're not willing to apologize. Left out, and they don't want a reunion with you, or you don't want a reunion them. It's more or less them coming in to waste your time. Live in the moment and continue to recharge, recuperate, and heal. Somebody is coming in with an apology, though. They want a reunion with you. Somebody's talking shit about you. About the fact that you're one-upping them. Yeah. Somebody knows how you outshine them. What's the vibe? What's the message? What do we got? All right, you have some prosperity or possibilities of prosperity coming, and you need to get prepared for them. It's asking you to be assertive and take action when this happens. Work in silence. You're going to be getting a message pretty soon. I'm sensing sort of a collaboration with someone, a business collaboration, somebody that needs your help. something to do with the community, having a hard time finding a. They've lost the vision. You're currently going through a bit of a rebirth right now, energetically. Definitely going through some sort of upgrades, frequency-wise. Welcome in, everybody. The people that are coming up against you to try to test you, they're not going to fare out too very well. Spirit's saying they're trying to insult you. It's not going to be very good for them to do such a thing. It's going to turn out very badly for them. Somebody's running away. They're running away from taking accountability for what they did. Huge chaos with the masculine energy. They ghosted you. Some sort of separation. At the time, I feel that they were feeling hopeless. They were done suffering in silence. But coming out of a time of hopelessness. They're letting go of addictions, bad habits, continuous cycles. They knew they weren't nurturing you. There was no mutual respect between you. They created a distance between you due to the fact that they didn't want to be dead-end situation. Have been the one that put distance between you two. They're no longer puzzled as to why. At this point, Spirit, to take some time out for yourself. Trying to run away from it anyway. But somehow they don't want to burn a bridge with you, that's why they've ghosted you. But I think in doing so, I think they're burning a bridge anyway. At this point, I think you've let go of it. Oh, you've let go of the situation. Because they had no boundaries. They were very disrespectful. I get a lot of projection energy of them trying to make it easy. Confirmation. They were masking how they truly felt, and they needed a break. They needed to get away. They just wanted to have fun. They were being very arrogant, and they weren't thinking about you when this all happened. And I think this is why you ghosted them. And they were all really bitter about the fact that you walked away. You didn't want to play their games anymore. You were done with their toxic shit. You knew there was no more possibilities, and they were laughing at you behind your back. Oh, goodness. Mine is unbelievably itchy right now. Alright. What's the laugh about? Alright, so there could have been an earth sign laughing about your stability, at how you were trying to gain stability, or how you were nurturing your stability in your mind. They were laughing at you like you were a joke. Laughing anymore. No possibilities? What's this about? Yeah, because you found out the truth. You're speaking truth, and you're creating a legacy. Toxic in reverse. This person that you walked away from and that you created distance with, they were pretty well saying that you were owing them, and they were taking energy. They were constantly asking for, like, it was almost like you were an emotional support person to this person. But it's not like they were taking your advice, just they would want you to hear them out, but it was just to listen. They didn't want solutions. The nightlife reversed. No more gambling or tease. Yeah. They gambled too much and they created too much chaos, too much instability in their home life. And it's almost like they were betting against your instability. They had some sort of bet up against the fact that you weren't going to make it. Apparently you weren't supposed to last this long. That's their wish fulfillment, that you weren't going to last. But you stood in your power and you took on this new endeavor with focus and determination. You didn't let what other people thought make or break what you were going to do. No apologies? Yeah. They think they deserve, they don't think you deserve an apology, mainly because they don't feel there's a need to apologize. They don't think it's over. They think that they have some power over you. They're trying to create chaos. This is how arrogant and rash and insecure they are. But you're standing on boundaries and totally misrepresented and misjudged you. They totally underestimated you. You're coming out of this time of change and you're doing well for yourself. And even though there's the Five of Cups here, they're sad at the fact of how good you're doing. They're jealous. Because you're moving on to calmer waters and you're taking a leap of faith in a new direction. And they're not invited. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. What's going on with this salty, bitterness, anger, petty? Tell me more. Yeah, they're stuck in their ways. They're not willing to open up their mind. And the fact that you're standing on boundaries, they don't like that either. The fact that you have boundaries, they don't like that. Raise your standards. You're not taking on the karmic energy anymore. Yeah, you're not submitting to this, the lies and the deception and the manipulation. And they're the fact that you're no longer a puppet to them. Yep. You're leaving them out in the cold, and me leaving you out in the cold. Either way, it's your justice. So, you're already doing the work, collective. Be celebrating soon. Just continue staying focused as to what you're doing, alright? You might be a little bit burnt out, but you're going through a flow right now. Right now, you're probably in an ebb, where you're being back. Things might be slowing down, there might be a bit of a lull, a waiting period, and then you're going to be shut off in a new direction. Alright, hold focus, hold determination, everything is working out as it's supposed to. Stand firm on your boundaries. What you have going on in your head is it's built on integrity. It's built on on sincerity, and people don't like that you got boundaries now. Too bad for them. What's the vacay? Yeah, so they went to get away. They went on a vacation to get away from it all, to go relax and have fun, and they couldn't even sleep. They couldn't rest. They were restless. They probably got sick. Yeah, quite possibly a King of Swords. They're trying to bring instability to a star. They're trying to bring chaos to your hope. Not going to work. It's going to fail epic. And this is why when they went on their vacation, it didn't go as planned. What's going on? Hiding, concealed, deception, masked? What's that one? Yeah, they were hide their hands to open up old wounds and to keep you from moving forward. They were hiding and concealing and through other people. thinking that you weren't going to find out. And they just kept coming back with new people. And the only reason why it didn't work, their whole plan didn't work, is because you like to keep things sacred. You're not in this lusty energy. That's why their plan fell through. It didn't work out at all. Yeah. You pretty well left them out in the cold. What's this psychopath card upside down? I'm curious. We got 6 of Wands and the 10 of Cups in the reverse. And 2 of Wands, 7 of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. So, truth came out. They got exposed for being a homewrecker. Being sneaky and lying, and to keep you from moving on. They might be a psychopath, but they sure know how to screw people's lives up. And something tells me they were paid to do it. No boundaries? Yeah, you're standing pretty. You're standing in your power. And because of that, they wanted to put a stop to it. You're standing in your power. You're standing with a very, very strong foundation. Moving forward. You're moving in a new direction and you're no longer in your head about it. And I think this is going to allow you to drop your boundaries a little bit. But I don't think it's going to take away from your overall protection. You're going to keep your standards high but drop your boundaries. What's the smell of the roses? You had to go really, 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 really deep in yourself to find some major answers that you've been searching for. And you're no longer in your head anymore, and you're starting to fill your own cup now. You're taking time to slow down, take time out for yourself, and smell the roses and get out in nature. So by filling your own cup and getting out of your head after a very, very deep dive, quite possibly could have been a dark night of the soul, you come out of this with new eyes, new perspective, new way of looking at things. And I think that's why they don't like it. They think that you're running away when you're done with the bullshit. What's this burn bridges in the reverse? Yeah, so they don't want to burn bridges because they see that you're now independent. You're more self-sufficient. Yeah, you ended this out. You found your self-worth. You're no longer playing stupid games, and they feel defeated because of it. I rebuke and I send back whatever the fuck you're doing to my nose. Leave it alone. My nose is my nose. Any magic sent to me through this live right is being automatically transferred and transmuted into prosperity. And any ill will, bullshit jokes getting returned to sender, and let it haunt your sleep. Let it prevent from even sleeping. Let your nose itch the whole night through. Let you wake up absolutely raw from scratching your nose. Whoever the fuck you are. Alright. Yeah, so you're finding your independence. You're no longer playing stupid games anymore. What's this clinging card in the reverse? Yeah. Yeah, so you peeped the fact that they were paying you, and that's why they ghosted you. We could be talking about a Cancer. You found out. You caught them. You caught them doing something stupid, and that's why they ghosted you. They didn't want to take accountability for their actions. And I also get there's a bunch of exes that got together and pillow talked about you. As if their opinion mattered, and as if they had something to say to each other that actually mattered. Taking stock of all you've been doing, they've been spying, they've been looking, they've been watching, and they're coming in for sort of help. They're coming in to ask you for help. They think somehow, some way that you can help them. Send them packing. What's the sipping, gossip, and nosy, and rumors in reverse? Yeah, they're gossiping behind your back. Talking about old wounds. Trying to create chaos in your love. Trying to open up old storylines, old rumors, old bullshit. And keeping it in the dark. Is there anything else about sipping in the reverse? Yeah, you're coming out of this. You're totally unfazed. Like, not even an issue with you. Yeah, you're finding it, you're invoking your warrior. You're not allowing this to bother you. You're empowering yourself. You have the confidence that you need to move forward. Just keep going. Puzzled, confused, perplexed, conflicted, reversed. So there's a Queen of Pentacles right now. Extremely stingy. They're no longer confused as to what's going on anymore. They're no longer suffering in silence. Somehow they want to come in and collaborate with you now. Or collaborating with other people. Maybe they tried to keep you confused because they were really, really wishy-washy with their compassion. I'm getting a mother figure. Like, for the longest time, you might have been confused and perplexed as to how and why they treated you the way they did. And they've been emotionally available, which created some sort of mother. And they collaborated with other people in order to make this happen. In order to fill the so-called void they had. But it very well could be someone of a relationship, or part of a family member. Yeah, there was a lot of lies and deception with this particular person. Escape, denial, excuses, running. The fact that you had an awakening and didn't want to walk away. No. You are running. You're running away and you're escaping all this bullshit. Because you don't want to be stuck anymore. You know there was no mutual respect here. There was no unity. There was no closeness. So you're running away from that. And because you had an awakening, they didn't want you to run away. Because you've seen things for the truth and you focused on yourself. They didn't want you running away, but you ran away anyway. It's almost like they wanted to keep tabs on you to find out what you were doing, so that way they could sabotage whatever else you had going on. Stagnant in reverse. Yeah. They didn't want you moving on. They didn't want you having any type of closure. They didn't want you having any type of movement forward. It wasn't a thing. But you were done with that bullshit anyway. What's intimacy, respect, unity, closeness in reverse? Okay. Come on. You threw out the chaos, wanting to create a balance. Speaking on your truth, standing on your truth, knowing that it was reciprocal, knowing that it was ripping your apart, your world. You had no other choice but to walk away from this. I quite frankly don't blame you. Like, it would be asinine to stay. You deserve better than this, collective. What's the thrills? Continuous cycles, bad decisions in reverse. So, you knew that you were being caught in a cycle. And you knew that the cycle was filled with bad decisions. You know that it wasn't the right alignment with you. You knew that you needed to change something about it. There very well could have been some sort of addictions that you were getting rid of. Cutting back on coffee, cutting back on smoking, whatever else. You had to call a truce. So that's what you did. And what that did is brought you some major stability. And by you standing in your power and letting all this shit go, it a new timeline for you. It allowed you to step up into a new timeline. This is also bringing you some sort of peace of mind and rest after being biased for your energy and your finances. You're reconciling, I think, with yourself. No longer taking in this abandonment. You know, there's a self-abandonment, there's a being abandoned, there's abandonment and wounds. You're no longer betraying yourself for the comfort of someone else. You're now focusing on your own comfort before someone else's. And you're letting go of that what no longer serves you, which I'm proud of you. You very well could be saying no and walking away from a chaotic relationship as well. The Lovers came out on the Chaos card. in reverse. So you're making a logical decision about this particular chaotic relationship. No longer feeling hopeless. What's that all about? Yeah, you're seeing the toxicity of what it is. You're able to see it now. Before, it was very difficult to see it or notice it, because it provided the ability to show up with a smile on its face. You weren't really too sure how to distinguish whether or not it is the devil or not. But you're now nurturing your truth. This is partially is what bringing in your wish fulfillment. You're doing the work, collective. You don't have to do any more or any less. You're moving towards the future, into a new emotion fulfillment, and it's going to happen. Just give yourself some patience and some time to get through that. It's a transition. It's a journey. But yeah, you're speaking your truth. There's going to be some sort of clarity coming in. And this is going to create a lot of... I get a feeling that somebody's coming in and tell you the truth, and it's not going to be a truth you're not going to enjoy it. But truth nonetheless, and it's clarity. This is going to help you move forward in a new direction. And it's almost like he's fighting at all costs to bring in this clarity for you. They could be with themselves, or they could very well be fighting with other people. But somebody knows they have to come forward with some sort of information. And people are fighting them on it. But whatever this information, whatever the communication is going to be, you're not going to be feeling so hopeless anymore. It's going to validate a lot of what you're already thinking. Suffering in silence, unspoken desires, real feelings, and broken dreams in reverse. So somebody was suffering in silence, but they want to come out of this phase. They don't want to... They finally want to communicate. Alright? This could have been after some distance, a divorce, ghosted, separation. Whatever the case is they have some sort of information they want to come in with. But they want to move forward in a new, different direction. They want a new partnership. Whether this is a love relationship or not, it's definitely something here. They want you to drop your boundaries. They feel defeated. And it's causing them to go deeper. It's causing them to go within and do some soul searching. I have a feeling that they went in a different direction, and because they didn't have any boundaries, they ended up they could have ended up in jail. either spiritually or physically. There's also this energy here with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, the Six of Swords in reverse, and the Two of Cups. There's a particular earth kind of energy, very vindictive. Wasn't willing to step up, wasn't to step forward, but very, very energetically and financially dependent on a particular energy. They wouldn't allow them to walk away. It's all giving me a feeling of blackmail. They tried to keep them in this relationship. So I think that's why somebody ghosted you. Somebody separated with you. I have a feeling they might have divorced. But I think this is the main reason why you walked away in the first place. You probably thought you probably figured out they were married behind the scenes. But you got another love offer coming in. This keeps coming out. This is a new love offer. It's not an old offer coming back. Although you will have an old energy coming back in, it's not the one I'm talking about. What's the difference? Divorce, ghosted, separation? What's that one all about? Yeah, they weren't emotionally available. And this person was extremely detrimental to this other person's finances. They had no other choice but to have an awakening as to what they lost when you walked away. I also get this feeling that you're standing here like an emperor, right? You've got all four queens, all four kings, whichever one you are. Emperor, empress, whatever. And this particular energy was very emotionally available and very selfish. Okay, and they tried to make you out to be that. They projected all of their insecurities themselves onto you to make you look out to look something that you're not. And this caused people awakening. And it created a huge finding out the truth. And they literally lost everything. And this is why they divorced, this is why they ghosted, this is why they separated. This is why you didn't hear from them again. Because when you walked away, collective, you brought your protection with you. You brought your blessings and your good luck with you. This is why people find out the hard way when they come up against an enlightened one. When you have nothing but good intention and unconditional in your heart and somebody comes in and tries to take advantage of that, it doesn't last very long. And they get what's coming to them. What's going on with an energy, authority, discipline, father figure? Injustice. So you could be this masculine energy opening up their heart, nurturing their heart. You could very well be lying to yourself, or somebody could be lying on you, saying that you're chaotic. Meanwhile, you've got this Queen of Cups sitting there with you. You're very nurturing. You move forward with compassion and love. But somebody's lying on you. You're chaotic. That you're like a walking disaster, and this is your injustice. People talking shit on your name, making you something you're not. People ask all the time, why do you read such karmic energy? Why is it the same old storyline? Why does it keep coming out in the card that? Why do you keep reading like that? Why do you keep reading the same old story? Cards come out the way they come out. The cards tell a story. And unfortunately, a lot of the times, it's the same old crap-tacular energy. No matter how much we change our mindset, no matter how much we change how we feel or what we focus on in our mind, they're still going to come out how they're going to come out. We can think positive, we can focus on all our shamrocks, we can, we can throw salt off our right or left shoulder, whatever one you pick. That's good luck for you, whatever. But the cards are going to come out the way that it's going to come. I'd love to read a different energy too, don't get me wrong, but it is what it is. We got the cups and we got the Three of Cups in the reverse coming out. And I asked if it was anything else with the masculine energy. Okay? And what I'm getting is they're trying to triangulate you within another relationship. It's I don't know, it's giving this polyamorous kind of triangulation, kind of third party, kind of secret, kind of fetish, kind of bullshit. That collective, you probably want nothing to do with this energy, but they're trying to triangulate you unbeknownst to you into this energy. There's an obsessive energy that's trying to triangulate another person into getting closer. And then one day they're just going to show up one day and be at the same place as you. When you're invited over for dinner or to go have some drinks or something, they're just going to show up. Oh, you know this person. Oh, how do you know that person? Da 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 da. Make like they don't, like nothing is, like nobody knows anything. Obsessed. They want back in your energy. And they want in your energy because they want to create more chaos. What's the chaos card? Upheaval, disaster, downfall. A bunch of homewreckers trying to sabotage you. We got the Ten of Cups in the reverse. We got the Three of Pentacles reverse. And we got the Emperor in reverse. They want to get you acting out of character. They want you flipping out. So they're trying to triangulate you into some sort of issue to where you have disaster and downfall and upheaval in your life. Spirit's going to get the last laugh. Because you're dealing with narcissists. You're going to get the last laugh. Because Spirit's not allowing you to get into that particular situation. You don't think Spirit's going to get you, you don't think Spirit's got your... You just got to be smart enough to listen to what Spirit tell you. That little hunch in the back of your mind. Yeah, you're no longer paranoid anymore. Spirit's taken that out of your spirit. They've taken your away. You're no longer insecure. You know where you stand. Yeah, they want to settle out of court. They don't want no problems. That's why they're in and talk to you. They don't want you glowing up. They don't want you having any new opportunities. They would rather take off their mask and reveal themselves and somehow show up to hold themselves, for you to hold them accountable, but they don't want to take accountability. Make that make sense. They want you to drop your boundaries and settle. Now they all of a sudden they want to work with you. Yeah, because they resent you. They're in a secret competition with you, trying to one-up you, and you're outshining them without even trying. And they're shattered. Everything they've done to try to come up against you has failed. Turned into an absolute nightmare. Now they want to talk. Now when they have no other options, now they want to talk. They want to come out of isolation. They're not laughing anymore, collective. Yeah, you got to believe in yourself, make up your mind, and follow your dreams. You got many possibilities coming in. It's about to change for you, collective. You might be all tense, be stressed out. You might have migraines, or you're probably worried. This psychopath that you're dealing with is gout. They're worried about what's coming. Yeah, they've got no boundaries. When you have no boundaries, you get yourself into a lot more trouble. They don't like the fact that coming out of this time of depression and loss. They don't like the fact that you're feeling hopeful again. They're all stout and worried that you don't want another reunion. And it's because they're toxic as fuck. And they're not willing to change. I don't have a problem, collective. It's sure as hell not mine. You know, we're narcissists, we're the empath, we're the ones that are trying to heal. We're trying to get up and beyond this bullshit. There's no second chance. They don't want to burn the bridge, though. They just want to live in the moment. They want you stuck. They want you in a dead end, and that's what they're feeling. But they wanted that for you. So that's why they get it instead. Because you're striving, collective. And if you're not striving right now, if you're feeling stagnant and stuck, that's going to change real quick. Spirit's saying for some of you, within the next couple months, it's going to take off for you. Things are getting way better than what you expected. For some of you, your whole life is about to change for the better. So whatever's about to happen, allow it. Is there any other message here for the collective? Yeah, I get the feeling that they're trying to project all their insecurities and all their trauma onto you. So the psychopath in his the psychopath is essentially trying to make you feel like the path. The chaos that they create, they're trying to project all of that onto you to make it seem like you're the one with us. They do this by fabricating stories, but unfortunately for them, they're unable to compete with you because you can't compete where you can't compare. Like they can't even envy you anymore. You're glowing up whether they like it or not. You've got major new opportunities, new career, new successful business happening, coming. And just by you glowing up, it's teasing the fuck out of them. And they're gambling on your success. But you're coming in with some balance, peace, happiness, harmony. You're going to have it all there, collective. You just got to stay focused. The fact that you're not running anymore has got them shook. Yep. You're standing with discipline, you're standing with authority, and they're shattered. They're broken. They're being haunted by all the failures of all the shit that they did to you. Archangel Michael's even coming in and saying, no. Let them feel hopeless. Let them feel depressed for what they've done. Let them be salty, bitter, angry, and bad. They're not laughing anymore, collective. Like they were before. They're not laughing anymore. They should have known better coming up against you. But I don't think they didn't understand. They didn't understand the fact that how protected you are. Archangel Michael don't play about you. You're finally establishing yourself. You're finally getting secure. You're working on your wealth. And you're letting go of the karmic energy that don't want to take and face the consequences. But they're gonna anyway. They have no other choice. Yeah, now they're having no other choice but to suffer in silence because you got nothing to say to them, right? So you're in isolation, in isolation. They could be incarcerated. You're living in the moment. You're in a good vibe while they're still making bad decisions, dealing with addictions, continuously dealing with these dumbass karmics and stupid ass decisions and continuous cycles. Doesn't surprise me. Yeah, you're not stuck anymore. You're not in this chaos that they created for you. It's sitting there waiting for them. They're sitting there telling everybody that you're the opportunist, that you're fragile, and that you're egotistical. Meanwhile, they're the narcissists. They're the ones that are dealing with the bullshit. Not you. It was to take on, collective. Trying to push their accountability on people. It only works with people that choose to submit to it and take on the burden and the karma of other people. But as soon as they meet up with someone who doesn't want to do that, no. You're not in fear or worry anymore. You know they're hiding, you know they're concealed, they're deceiving you, they're masked. There's no possibilities of parole with them. There's no possibilities at all with them, and they know that. There's no reconciliation. So they're suffering in silence. Dealing with the same old. Yeah. They want to talk to you about maybe going on a vacation. They want to get you unstuck. They want to present you with some options. They're going to come in all lovey, like they're not lusting after you, but they're going to come in with supposed genuine love. Don't believe it. It's just them acting. You know, considering that we put in all of this energy and all of this love and compassion to these relationships, and then they turn around and they screw us over, right? And it's funny how they kind of hoover back around, thinking that they can come back in and just act like just, you know, that they know it too, not realizing we already know what's going on. I was kind of thinking, what would the look on their face be if we turned around and played the same ass dumbass game that they played and allowed them to so-called reel us back in, right? To the point where they might be wanting to actually settle down and actually make a relationship work and, you know, put a ring on it and do all this stuff and actually commit, only to get to the altar to go get married and then have you walk off and leave him at the altar and just walk away and never speak to them again. And while you're out at the wedding, walking down the altar, you got some moving company going and moving all your shit out. So that way when you get home, there's not even a thing back at the house that's yours. Just to see the look on their face that their stupid ass game was spun around and played on themselves. I would almost act all of that out just to see their face. But then I kind of think, you know what? I'm not that vindictive. I'm not that sad and decrepit that I would want to do that to someone. I'm not going to diminish myself and bring myself to the lowest vibration possible in order to swindle somebody into doing that, despite what they've done. And that's the gracious thing about healing. It's good when you have it's definitely good when you have that option where you can just change the locks and it's all she wrote. But no, collective, we've got some good blessing in, prosperity, new love, a lot of good things coming in. Get your super chats ready. I'm going to open up in a little bit. If you have a question, you can throw a super chat in a bit. I'm going to do one more collective here. Energy check-in, and then I'm going to open up the floor. So get your super chats ready with your questions, if you have any. Spirit's asking you to guard your energy. Stop playing around. It's not a time to play. Thank you, Mandy. The divine is asking you to pay attention and just persevering and step forward. Connect to the depths of your soul, because there's some information in there that you need to take into consideration. There's some very unclever people around you. And you're going to need to be assertive and pay attention in order to catch what they're doing. So be very careful. You've got the spirit of mystic. You haven't been doing your shadow work that you have been needing to do. However, allow your inner calling to do in that. You're being called to invoke your inner wisdom and inner power, because you're going to need it. It's about to get real. You have to get innovative and be creative going forward, because you're going to have to think on the fly. The regular situation, the regular solutions that you think is going to work, they're going to usually work, aren't going to work anymore. You got infinite possibilities coming to you, and you're going to need to take action. And it's looking like you're going to have to blow something about somebody trying to take some sort of prosperity away from you. Somebody doesn't want to tell you something, but they have to. Yeah, definitely some sort of a message coming forward. They're hoping you're going to have some sort of grace towards them for speaking on this, but they don't want to tell you. They don't want to take action. They don't want you to take action on this message that you're going to receive. They want you to show some sort of mercy. The Spirit's saying that there's no possibility for you to submit to this bullshit. You need to stand your ground. You would literally be abandoning yourself if... And my collective doesn't do that anymore. All right, Mandy. Opening up the floor. If you have a super chat with a question, send it now. Message for Mandy. This is kind of a self-sabotage kind of mood right now, Mandy. Are you lying to yourself? You don't have the energy to deal with certain thing, so you're self-sabotaging because you don't want anymore. You're being really, really sneaky as to how you're filling your cup now. You're kind of closing people out. Maybe you're not lying to yourself, but maybe you're trying to be more honest with yourself and others. But in order to do that, you're having to close out major cycles, which might feel like it's self-sabotaging. You're feeling like you're losing a part of yourself. But in actuality, you showing compassion to yourself, you're actually going to gain a heck of a lot more in retrospect from what you're thinking. It's going to turn out way better than expected. It's okay to lose yourself, because you're going to always find the true essence of yours within you, right? And all you're really losing is these preconceived notions and programming as to what everybody else wanted you to be. So it's okay to lose that. It gives you the ability and the room to move around and to bring yourself to a new perspective, which is actually justice for you. But people want you to drop your boundaries. People want you to feel defeated. That's not the case. That's not what you're about. That's not where you're going. It's not who you are. You're not self-sabotaging in yourself. You're self-sabotaging to cut the shit. You figure anything that's really meant for you is going to understand going through, and they're going to stick around. Anybody that's not willing to understand you and see you for who you are doesn't need to be there. So if that means acting out a little chaotic energy to see who's going to stay, that's not a problem. You're separating the wheat from this point. But this is the time for you to rest. Show some compassion to yourself for a change, because you're feeling defeated, you're feeling burnt out. And Spirit's telling you you need to rest. So if you're feeling stuck and stagnant, it's probably the reason why. If we're in fight or flight all the time, and then all of a sudden we're not, what people don't understand is when you're not anymore and you're more settled, more at ease, you end up getting this very, very overtired feeling. It's like you can't get enough sleep. And it's because you're coming out of that fight or flight. And it is one of the side effects to the withdrawals of the cortisol, of always being alert and always being on edge. You're on edge, you're no longer alert, you're no longer in this very hostile energy. A feeling that somebody's trying to create a peaceful place for you so you don't walk away. You might have lost your shit at some point, which really kind of got your point across. And you might have freaked somebody out to the point where you might leave and walk off and go somewhere else. And it's to a point where now they're scared that you're going to leave. So I get this feeling like they're trying to present you with a place of rest and peace and tranquility so you don't walk away. They're scared to lose you. It's the feeling I get. We got the 8 of Cups in reverse. I called it. They're not guarding their though. They're being very, very manipulative energetically though. They're trying to use emotions against you. Yeah, there's definitely sort of clarity coming forward about this. You might even get an apology. They're actually reflecting. Oh, and they're fighting at all costs to remain present. They're stuck in their ways. I get a feeling that they're devoted. They just had the wrong idea, and they were dealing with previous issues, insecurities, and past pain. But I think they needed the time to kind of get out of their head. Miss Jose, welcome in. Thank you so much. Anything final for Mandy? Yeah, they're feeling defeated. You might not know exactly where to go, what to do. It's because of this wishy-washy bullshit. What's the overall vibe where Mandy should direct her energy? Oh. They've hit rock bottom because of this stupid, dirty little secret love affair that they don't want to take the consequences for. It was a bad idea. They know it was a bad choice. They know they were playing games, signals. And Archangel Michael's protecting you in this. So I would be calling on Archangel Michael. You might even have family puzzled as to why you're still holding on to this person. But it's not the fact that you're holding on to them. It's almost like you pity them, like you feel sorry for them. You can kind of relate to them from your storylines. Like they tend to coincide, and they tend to they're relatively similar, but they seem to be a little bit less bridled. They're a little unconventional. They're not so controlled. They have no discernment. Like they don't want to take responsibility for their consequences, and they'd rather drown and hit rock bottom, all because they wanted to make you a dirty little secret. No. You're standing on business. Right to stand on business, my dear. Just be honest with yourself. Stand in your authenticity. Step up to the plate and live your life. And they want to show up and they want to ride with you, great. If they don't want to ride with you, tell them, get out of my way. Simple stuff. Alrighty. All right, Miss Joseph. I don't know what the codes are, but if you were to take your phone to a phone store, they would be able to find out whether or not you have an app on your phone that is tracking you. They would be able to find out. That is advice for you. There are certain videos on YouTube that you can look up about certain situations on that. Yeah, she retracted it. But either way, not even a big deal. I hope she finds peace with her situation. Is there anybody else there that would like to throw me a super chat with a question? No super chat. It looks like it's still here. I don't know. The question retracted, so I think the $5 that you sent me was retracted. I don't know. But either makes no difference to me. But I would take your phone into a phone store or look up on YouTube. There's the certain star pound. I don't know what numbers they are. You have to look to find out if there's anybody tracking or forwarding your messages to another device. There's a way of doing that in your phone with a certain star pound, whatever number. And then there's certain apps that you have on your phone that look harmless, but really aren't harmless. So you got to go into maybe a store that could very well help you with that solution. Or get on the phone with tech support with your particular mobile phone and go through some tech support situations. Or reach out to your local authorities for assistance with that. You're very welcome, Mandy. Thank you. All right. Animal Whispers, if there's a card here for me, what's the best card for Mandy at this time? All right. Lynx, Keeper of Secrets. Take time out of the world, be the observer. Nothing can deceive you when you trust your known. You see others' secrets and keep them sacred. In silence and solitude, you will find your strength. If there's a card here for Miss Josette, what would it be? Ah, the Magic card. Choose to know the truth because you can. Open your inner vision. You can see through deception. Let the past go and make room for a better life. Rise up. Magic and wisdom are your birthright. Anybody else got a super chat for me? They would like a message? If you have 100% concrete proof, Josette, I say go for it. If you feel that you have a case, I would go for it. You're in the midst of a rebirth anyhow. Spirit's also saying to pick your battles. Certain battles are meant to be fought. Certain battles are meant to be won. And certain battles are meant to be left behind you because they do not serve you anyway, whether you win or not. It's more or less a side quest for extra points that isn't going to give you anything extra. It's just going to exert your and leave you deprived. So pick your battles. Spirit's also saying the patience as well. Because if you're going up against this George person and taking legal action, it very well could be Spirit's already got his plate of karma sitting there ready to be delivered, right? So the very well possibility of them going to be getting what they deserve. Don't try to interfere with that. If you're going for revenge, don't bother. If you're going for justice and for retribution, then fine. But if you're going for revenge, and this is why you're going after them, don't bother, because karma's got a bigger, more bitter plate of karma going there. Teach them a lesson. Spirit wants you to focus your energy on things that you do have in your control, and things that are going to be a betterment to you rather than a hindrance. What's the overall vibe for Miss Josette about taking legal action against George? Again, I'm getting pick your battles, because you could very well end up shattered in this. This isn't nurturing anything. This isn't good vibes. This isn't living in the moment. It's focusing on the past. You might be able to unmask the distant, but it's not going to be any vacation. It's not going to bring you any peace. You're not going to relax. There's no having fun. You know, going to be getting away with really much. Continuous cycles, bad decisions, and bad addictions. You're letting go of all this. That's probably the only positive out of this. So again, it's coming back to picking your battles wisely and knowing which ones to pick and go for, and which ones to leave behind, because it's not worth your time, energy, money, investment. Archangel Michael says, just stay the course. Things are happening as they should. What's this about her money? This is sending you into an awakening. You won't ever do this again with someone. It's definitely a lesson learned where this is concerned. There is clarity coming forward, and it was to make you miss out on something important. But they're going to come in and support and give back what you took. They have no other choice, because you're standing for justice. And yes, there will be some sort of an accumulation when you take them to court with this. A lot of lies and deception. Having a hard time coming to truce and collaborating. There's a miscommunication going on here. You're very intimidating, and this is why they didn't feel correct in the relationship. It was not reciprocal. It's very toxic. Is she getting her money back? You're to rest and build on your strength right now, because you are going to fight and fight at all costs. Spirit does not want you to walk away from this, and you might need to get the police involved, but the Wheel of Fortune is in your favor. I don't see a seven of Swords here in the reverse, so I have a feeling that you're going to get something back, but better. You do have the Ace of Pentacles out here too. So there's definitely going to be some sort of ability. There's some sort of equalization or balancing of this, regardless. It started off to not be reciprocal. It's going to end better than expected. I think it's the fact of you holding them accountable that's going to change the game. So, should you get your money back? Yeah. I wish you all the clarity, the strength to get through it. I have a feeling there's somebody that talks to him through you. Somebody that's 5 degrees of separation. So somebody that you know of, that he knows, that speaks to him about you. I don't know if you know the person or not. But I think that's it for now, collective. I want to say thank you for joining me tonight. I have to get out of here for 1 anyway, so. How old is your boy, Mandy? Tell him to stay tuned and come hang out on his 18th birthday, and I'll give him a reading. But he's got to wait for his 18th birthday. I love you all. Please be good to yourself. Thank you so much for being here. Please be good to yourself. If you can't be good at it, At least be good to yourself so you can be good to others. And I'll catch you in the next video. Love you all, tribe. Thank you so much for hanging out tonight. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Mandy, Sarah, Ayu, Trudy, Miss Josette, Maureen, all you fine, beautiful people. Thank you so much for hanging out. Catch you next one. Ciao for now.